In the dawn of civilization, along the life-giving banks of the Nile, a new power was forged. This was an age of gods and kings, where history itself was being written in stone and sand. From the mists of this ancient past emerges a name, a ruler whose reign would define what it meant to be a pharaoh, King Den. His story is not just one of a man, but of the birth of an empire and the dawn of royal authority that would echo for millennia. Welcome to the early dynastic period of ancient Egypt, a time around 3000 BC. The newly unified kingdom of Upper and Lower Egypt was still fragile, a fledgling state trying to find its identity. It was a world of mud brick settlements, burgeoning trade, and the slow, steady rhythm of the Nile's flood. In this crucible of creation, a series of powerful rulers laid the foundations of Egyptian civilization, but among them, one king stands out. Den's reign marked a pivotal turning point, a moment when the concept of kingship evolved from a tribal chieftain to a divine monarch. He wasn't just a ruler, he was an innovator, a warrior, and an administrator who set the template for all the pharaohs who would follow. To understand Den is to understand the very blueprint of ancient Egypt. Born into the heart of the Thinite Dynasty, the first royal house to rule a united Egypt, Den's childhood was steeped in power and divinity. His mother was Queen Mernith, a figure of immense authority who may have ruled as regent before he came of age. From his earliest days, he was surrounded by the symbols that would define his reign. The dual crown representing the union of two lands, the scepter of command, and the sacred rituals that connected the king to the gods. Imagine a young prince walking through the corridors of a nascent palace in Abydos or Memphis, learning the complex art of governance, warfare, and divine ceremony. His education was the preservation of cosmic order, or Mat. He learned that the king was the earthly embodiment of the falcon god Horus, the bridge between the mortal realm and the divine. This was the world that shaped Den, forging a leader who was prepared not just to rule, but to transform. When Den ascended to the throne, he inherited a kingdom, but he would leave behind an institution. His nearly 50-year reign was a period of unprecedented stability and innovation. He was the first pharaoh to use the title king of Upper and Lower Egypt, solidifying the concept of a unified nation under a single divine authority. He was also the first to be depicted wearing the dual crown, the Pshent, a powerful symbol of his complete dominion. His administration was sophisticated for its time, organizing the land into provinces, establishing taxation systems, and conducting regular censuses to manage the kingdom's resources. Royal officials, loyal to the crown, were appointed to oversee everything from agriculture to monumental construction projects. But Den's reign was not just one of peaceful administration. Inscriptions and artifacts, like his famous ivory label, depict him as a formidable military leader. One scene shows him striking down an enemy in the east, a classic pharaonic pose that would be replicated by kings for the next 3,000 years. These campaigns were not just about conquest. They were about securing Egypt's borders, protecting its trade routes into the Sinai and beyond, and projecting the pharaoh's might. He celebrated his victories and his long reign through the Sed Festival, a jubilee meant to magically rejuvenate the king's power. These grand ceremonies, depicted in vivid detail, showcased the wealth, organization, and divine mandate of his rule. Under Den, the pharaoh was no longer just a leader. He was the invincible, eternal center of the Egyptian universe. The legacy of King Den is etched into the very foundations of Egyptian history. He didn't just build structures, he built the structure of kingship itself. The titles he adopted, the administrative systems he perfected, and the royal iconography he established became the standard for every pharaoh who followed, from Tutankhamun to Cleopatra. Future kings looked back to his reign as a golden age, a model of effective and divine rule. His tomb at Abydos, a complex and sophisticated structure for its time, with its granite floor and grand staircase, set a new benchmark for royal burials, paving the way for the pyramids to come. Statues and carvings from his era show a remarkable leap in artistic skill and royal representation. It was Den who solidified the image of the pharaoh as an all-powerful, godlike figure, a concept that would sustain Egyptian civilization for 3 millennia. His influence was so profound that his name continued to be revered long after his death, a testament to the enduring power of his innovations. He crafted the blueprint of the pharaoh, and Egypt would follow it until the end of its ancient days. As the sun sets over the desert sands, casting long shadows over the ruins of Abydos, we are left with the echoes of Den's remarkable reign. We see his influence in every temple, every statue, and every hieroglyph that tells the story of the pharaohs. He transformed the role of the king from a mere ruler into a living god, the central pillar upon which an entire civilization would rest. Yet, so much of his world remains lost to time, buried beneath the sand. We have glimpses from fragments of ivory, stone, and pottery, but the full texture of his life, the intricacies of his court, and the voices of his people are silent. We are left to wonder, what other innovations, what other triumphs and struggles define the life of this foundational king? As we piece together the puzzle of Egypt's dawn, the story of King Den reminds us that even the greatest empires are built on foundations laid by figures who, though now shrouded in mystery, forever changed the course of human history. Thank you for watching. If you want to explore more stories from the ancient world, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.